Alright, this is part 2 of the wire tuck. For the first one I did, I moved the driver's side, or moved it over into the firewall right here, into the fender well. And that got rid of all this clutter over here. I'm on to relocate all this. This is all going to pull back to the firewall, and then I'm going to go through the fender and then come back over through here. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to start off with taking off this cake panel and taking out the glove box, and we'll go from there. Alright, after you got the glove box out and the cake panel out, you take this off too. And if you have carpet, it's going to be a little bit more tricky, so you're going to have to move the carpet out of the way. And there's going to be insulation and stuff. I already took all that out, and my carpets, I haven't had carpet for years, so I don't have to worry about all that. So the next thing would be take this guy out. Got that Velcro bolt, and you got a bolt up here. Then take that plug out down there. And you got your fan plug. Sorry, it's dark. You got a fan plug right here. Go ahead and remove that. And well, there we go. Oh, I guess I can go ahead. And that's the bracket that separates the blower housing and the evaporator for the AC. We're going to have to remove this plate. This guy go. So basically we got to take out the center console and the other kick panel over there, so we can get this guy out. Alright, the center console, I think you got several bolts. You got one there, or screws, sorry. Then you got one right there. You got one right there. One right there. And then one right there. And forgot two up there. And there. And there. And that one. And that one. Then the center console, well, you gotta remove the shifter knob and then pull that out. But hopefully we can maybe get in here. Sorry, hold on. Alright, so there's, if I can get to it, right there, that bolt, and that bolt right there needs to come out, and those two need to come out so that this panel can come off. I'll come back after I get that done. Alright, after you got that guy out, then you gotta get that bolt in there. That'd be easier to get to. Then there's another one somewhere in here. Yeah, there it is. That one right there. That bolt. I need to get a flashlight. Easier. Oh, here's one. One right there. Take those three out. Looks like I'm gonna have to take the evaporator box out to get the rest of the way out. Don't forget the plug if you have an electric motor for your vents, don't forget to unplug it. It's on the back. It's on the back over here. But take this out. You're going to have to disconnect your AC lines if you have AC to get the box out. But I don't have AC, so I don't have to worry about any of that. But you got a bolt there. You got a nut down there. And a nut right there. And then you got, let me get my flashlight. Then you got a bolt right there. And that's for the bracket. And then that should come out. Okay, so after some wiggling, jeez, finally got it out. But I found out, this is my first time doing this, so I'm learning as I go. But I just bent this down a little bit to the bolts loose and had it pushed down a little bit. But that plug I was talking about, flashlight, right here, I found out it's connected farther back down there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if there it is. See that plug? It's connected down there. So I gotta disconnect that. So make sure, try not to yank it out, because you might rip the wires. But yeah, so you need to disconnect that down there instead. Alright, so I got all the way out, but I was able to wiggle it out and then pry it out. As you can tell, pry it out with the flathead and it comes right out. Yeah. I just disconnect it right there. Bam! It's pretty dirty, so might as well clean that while it's out. But alright, so biggest thing now is that right there. You gotta get behind all this. That's where we're pulling the wires through. Hadn't decided. I might go through right here. I'm not sure yet. But first let's go ahead and pull these wires through. Fuse box is probably going, or the fuse, yeah, the fuse box is going to probably sit right here. But we'll see. Let's basically, if you got ABS, make sure you disconnect all the ABS lines. If you got ABS, it's gonna be a pain. If you don't have ABS, I took mine out years ago, and I ran non-ABS lines. But as you can see, this is where we're pulling it through right here. Down there, that's where we're pulling it through. And this is going to be sitting inside. So you got all that. All this, we need to disconnect all this. Everything. Son. But all this has got. Alright, where I'm starting off is on this side. If you had AC, and I'm not sure, I guess probably condenser fan, can't remember what, but I'm not using, these wires aren't being used no more for me. So I can't really say for your vehicle, but there is a ground wire right here, so we'll find a place for that later. Probably relocate it. Sorry, can't see the sun at all. There it is, right there. Gotta get that ground wire out. And then we gotta feed this, all these wires through. You might have to take your bumper off. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it without taking anything out, any headlights or anything off. But basically feed it through here. Feed it through here. And then start disconnecting. Start going through all these wires, pulling them out. Alright, so I've got everything pulled out from over here to right here. This whole harness. Pulled the headlights out and the corner lights. Got those pulled. So we just need to just work it back and go from there. Alright, I got the wires pulled out over here. Got the fuse box removed. I put it over there. Got all the wires ready to pull through the firewall. I guess the next thing is to remove that grommet and pull on through. So right there, we need to go ahead and pull it out, or pull on through at least. So can't really do this with y'all, so I'll just come back when I start pulling it through. Alright, well I got the grommet pulled out, so probably just have to go underneath the hood and start pushing it through. I don't know if you can see. Try and get a good angle for this. There you go, right down there. Alright, I'm getting it pulled through. Two things I figured out. Well, forgot to mention is this harness right here. This goes, well, I can't really show you, but it goes underneath the intake. Go ahead and disconnect all that if you haven't. Like these 3, 4, I think 4 wires. Those 4 wires need to be disconnected. This is from the fuse block. So make sure those are disconnected before you pull it. And like stuff like this, stuff like that, make sure you try to keep some of it. Some of them you're on the break. I mean, it's whatever. You're not gonna really reuse most of them, probably. But like, if you can keep stuff like this, you might reuse it. You might be reusing it like on the fender or somewhere else. So yeah, if you can salvage it, go ahead and salvage it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and keep pulling through the wall. Alright, it's coming along. It's still got a little bit of ways to go. But this much is hanging out of the car, and then I got a little bit still right there. And then you see it's all coming through. Just gotta remember to be careful with these connectors. You just don't want to tear them up. Don't want to have any issues when you get everything hooked back up. So I'm gonna get the rest of it pulled through and go from there. Alright, got it pulled all through. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take all this off and decide where every wire is going to go. Basically from this, and I believe that's it, is going back through the firewall. Pretty sure that's it, is going through the firewall. The rest of this is going to go through the frame and on top, under the fender. And then the rest of this is, all this is staying in here. Gonna be in the for the fuse box. This wire right here, that's gonna stay in here. That's for the fuse box. So go ahead and get all that taken off, and we'll go from there. But looks a lot better though, without a ton of wires and a fuse box. I think so, at least.